Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kahakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. Salaki, and just wanted to do an update on a lesson that matter of fact a couple of brothers went into this a few weeks back, maybe about a month or so ago, and it's it says new details emerge about St. Louis High School girl fight that left Kaylee Gain, a white student, in the hospital. So of course, you know, they're putting in white, but no one's actually white. There's no such thing as a white race. Colors are not ethnicities. She's pinkish to reddish in color like all the other so-called white people. There's no such thing as white people. No one's running around looking like a glass of milk. That's my phrase. There's no such thing as black people. No one's running around looking like a car tire. You know, so the so-called white race, their biblical name is Esau, Edom. And it says that they came out red, because they're actually red people. Their blood shows forth through their skin because they don't have melanin. And that's actually a curse on them. And you have Jacob, or, you know, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, which his name was changed to Israel, had 12 sons. And those 12 sons are the progenitor of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And this whole thing that's going on in the world it's a Esau and Jacob fight. That's the way that the Lord set it up. This is a movie that's playing. And you have, a villain and you have a good guy. And Esau, Edom, was created to be the villain. And Jacob was created to be the good guy. So, you know, in a movie, the villain is always getting the best of the good guy throughout the movie pretty much overall. But there comes that finale. There comes that ending, you know, where finally the good guy, he finally, you know, he's getting his ass whooped. But he finally, you know, he gets up and he gathers himself and he whoops you know how the movies go. Same old thing. This is the same thing that's going on the planet Earth, you know, in the way that the Lord set it up. So we've been getting our asses whooped throughout this movie. And now it's coming to a point where we're starting to gather a little bit of, you know, get back a little strength, you know, so to speak. But eventually, this movie is about to end, where the so-called white man is finally going to fall. He's not going to be in power much longer. And as that's going on, he's going to start to get a lot more erratic. You can see a lot of racial tension that's going on throughout this country. This is Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, you know. So this is the main hub of the fight of Esau and Jacob. So you're going to see a lot of things turn up. You're going to see a lot of everything is racial now. I mean, it's always been racial, but now it's like at a point. See, before they used to have the advantage where they can just whoop your ass and nothing will happen. You know, but now it's like, you know, you have an opportunity to defend yourself. Now, if you go to court, do they have a better chance of winning? Of course they do. They still do, because, you know, this is their kingdom. But you do have an opportunity to explain why you know, was protecting yourself. Now, back in the you know, 100 years or so back, you know, shit, even 50, 60, whatever, you know, and still right now, you know, if you caught up in the wrong areas, they'll gather your ass up and throw you on the back of the truck, you know, and haul you off somewhere and throw that rope over a limb, man. So you got to be careful. But anyway, I wanted to get some of this because, you know, it's an update, and I found some of the information to be interesting, right? Okay, so it says the family of the 15-year-old girl in Missouri who's being charged with assault for allegedly beating 16-year-old Kaylee Gain, a white girl. See, they got that in there again. Remember, there's no such thing as white people. Into unconsciousness, started a petition to urge Chief Juvenile Officer Rick Gaines of the 20... Damn, are they related? Oh, shit. Okay, the names are spelled different. Her name is Gain, G-A-I-N, and his name is Gaines, G-A-I-N-E-S. Okay, damn, but still, that's too close. Chief Juvenile Officer Rick Gaines of the 21st Circuit Court not to charge her as an adult. They asserted that the charge They asserted that the charged minor was the real victim who had been bullied and harassed before the March 8th fight video. Since the 15-year-old teen is being charged as a minor, okay, so because they was a lot of so-called white people wanted her to be charged as an adult. They was calling her all kinds of animals, calling her all kinds of bitchs. They was calling, they was in the comment board going hard. I remember that. Them so-called white people was real pissed, man, when they, because the video was gruesome. You know what I'm saying? Because she was definitely, banging her head out on the concrete, so to speak, and it wasn't pretty. So, that outraged a lot of those so-called white people, and they wanted her charged as an adult. So I see that they're charging her as a minor. Like they would have charged, if this was reversed, they would have charged, they ain't charging no so-called white girl with no damn adult charges for the same, actions if that was reversed, man. You know that already. But this is not our kingdom, man. The odds are against us on all sides, man. Okay, it says, but her family affirmed she was an honor roll student at Hazelwood High School. Okay, so she's on the honor roll. They highlighted that she spoke 4 languages, damn, including Spanish and Korean. Woo. Played the violin in the school's orchestra, played on the school's volleyball team, and said she's academically excellent, having been selected for college-level AP classes. So I can't see nobody just out of the blue that's doing something like that. That's just like, it had to have been to a point where she just got so into a fit of rage where she just lost it. Because I can't see nobody doing all that to just, just all of a sudden just, like, yeah, bitch, I'm smart, but I'll whoop your ass too. No, they generally don't go like that, man. When you into all these different things, you don't have time to be into the bullshit. Really. Let's just be honest here. Okay. It says, in the petition, she still should have, been slow to anger in that matter, though. But, hey, man's goings of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, hey, it went the way that the Lord wanted it to go. So, okay, it says, in the petition's description, the accused teen's family claimed she was defending herself and had been repeatedly harassed and bullied. Prior to an incident on March 8th, where she was seen defending herself from harassment and bullying, she had never been in trouble. See, there you go. Her work as a scholar was tainted by the bullying she had to endure at school, the petition read. However, this single event is being used to define her character and incite racial divisions and political strife, with the MOAG calling on courts to charge her as an adult. It is unjust that such an accomplished young woman should be charged as an adult for assault without considering all the facts of the case that led to the incident where harm occurred. And these so-called white people, they still don't care. It says the family stated since the incident they received numerous racist death threats, of course, and were victims of doxing. A couple of updates have surfaced regarding Gang, including how she's in stable condition and breathing on her own after suffering a skull fracture and frontal lobe damage. She's now out of ICU, according to the family's update on GoFundMe, and they made some money. So they got paid. So they probably hit about $1 million mark off this girl, man. Because the donations was pouring in because they was so mad that this so-called black girl, you know what I'm saying, whatever, was defending herself. And it got out of hand. Straight up, it just got out of hand. However, sources came forward with new information. Check it out now. Showing Gang has a history of fighting. So the one that got her damn head banged in, she's got a history of fighting. Sources told the New York Post that Gang was suspended from school the day before the fight for fighting with another student who was friends with the charged 15-year-old. Gang wasn't allowed on campus the day of the fight. See? So she wasn't even supposed to be there if that's where the incident happened. I'm not sure if they was on school property or whatever. It says, despite sources stating Gang has a fighting and bullying history, the 15-year-old student who is black, nope, there's no such thing as black people. Again, if she's a so-called Negro, she will be from the tribe of Judah. She's an Israelite. Was painted as the villain, mainly by white spectators, and no such thing as white people. If you're a so-called white person, you are an Edomite, according to the Bible. And studies show how black girls are criminalized more than their counterparts. This is some of the points that I wanted to touch right here, right? It says a study from Georgetown Law Center on poverty and inequality showed that African American girls were regarded as less innocent and more adult-like than white girls of the same age. So they're basically trying to say that, you know, the so-called, you know, that, hey, that's what the word white goes into, you know, righteous, you know, without fault, you know, pure, you know what I'm saying? That's the way that they try and paint the so-called white woman. But in reality, think about how many of our men, you know, that died of the so-called white woman accusing them of shit back in the days. Your you know, your Emmett Tills and things of that nature, and just so on and so forth. You know that lily white look. They've been able to use, this is their kingdom, so they've been able to use that in a way that no other race of people has been able to do on this planet. You know, because this is their kingdom. I mean, they doing what they, you know. And matter of fact, she's even fucking over the so-called white man now. So everything is really starting to backfire on Esau. You know, there was a time when, you know, the so-called white woman was, you know, shit, down in the motherfucker. Hell, she was a so-called white woman. I remember all the old movies. I remember even just growing up. Old ass white man being that stained wife beater. Man, he be beating her ass. He go to work, come on, whoop her ass. She be walking around with black eye and still, and you know, probably out of fear. But man, she wasn't turning on him. She wasn't leaving. You know, no matter what, she knew he was fucking with the secretary, fucking with a chick at some damn cafe. She already knew he was fucking with 2, 3, 4, 5 women, and she ain't had no problems with it. She was the stay-home wife and knew to keep her damn mouth shut. But now, especially since that Me Too movement jumped off. Anyway, so I don't want to keep this long, but you know, a couple of things that I wanted to point out on that was that point. Now, this is from Georgetown Law Center on poverty and inequality. Again, it says it shows that African American girls were regarded as less innocent and more adult-like than white girls of the same age. And that's the same with the so-called black woman and so-called black man. They look at us all like, you know what I'm saying, like we're just these savages, so to speak, you know, like they can't be tamed. You know, we have to do something with them, you know, but really in reality, it's just all out hate. It's the perpetual hatred that Esau has for us, man. That's not going nowhere until the Lord comes. Okay, it says studies also show that more adults have less empathy for black girls than white girls because of the perception that white girls are more innocent than black girls, right? See? It's why black young girls are 5 times more likely to get suspended and 2.7 times more likely to be referred to the justice system than their counterparts. Furthermore, it's why probation officers, judges, and prosecutors have treated black girls more punitively than others. Studies have shown that prosecutors had dismissed only roughly 3 out of every 10 cases for black girls, but they dismissed 7 out of 10 cases for white women. And see, why would they say black girls instead of black women? And then they use the word white women. See, this is the type of shit that they do. Let me read that back. See, you got to catch what the type of shit they be doing. Let me start that back. It says studies have shown that prosecutors had dismissed only roughly 3 out of every 10 cases for black girls. Why doesn't that say black women? Because check it out. Let's go on. But they dismissed 7 out of 10 cases for white women. Because see, they looking at you. First off, they're up here. They saying that your Georgetown Law Center poverty and inequality show that African American girls are regarded as less innocent and more adult-like. So if they're more adult-like, why would they use the word black women instead of black girl? Because it's degrading. That's the same way that they used to call us boy, and still do. Yeah, boy. You know, but hey, it's coming to a point where all this shit is about to end, man. It says researchers have yet to pinpoint the sources of these adultification biases, but these studies that they exist. Well, we know why. We know why. Researchers have yet to pinpoint the source of this adultification bias. Get the hell out of here, man. Here's the reason why. I mean, first off, we're under those curses. But, you know, I'm not going to keep this long. I wanted to just grab, let's get this Psalms 73. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. This is the so-called white race in general. It's saying men, but it goes for their women, their children, and just their race. They're not in trouble as other men. This is their kingdom. Of course, they're not going to be looking at their own people like how they look at you, like, you know, how they look at us. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. See? They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. Can't make it up, man. That's how we know these scriptures jumping off the page these days, man. So, you know, like I said again, just wanted to chop it up on that. And then, you know, of course, the comments, these people, you know, it still doesn't matter to them that they know this information overall. Says she should be this person is saying she should be charged with a hate crime. If the roles were reversed, you can better believe they'd be crying racism. Yeah, they'd be crying racism, but she wouldn't be getting in no trouble like that. She get a little slap on the wrist, they damn sure weren't going to be talking about charging her as an adult. This person says, but if the one that got a beat down was not supposed to be there on the day that is trespassing. So finally meet her match and maybe she wouldn't be a bully anymore. Okay, anyway. This person says, doesn't matter what your grades are, how good of a person you are. One moment making a poor decision can and will ruin your life. I know plenty of people who were good people who did bad things. They still had to face the consequences. Of course you do. Even if she was being bullied, there comes a point in that video where she was no longer defending herself. When she pushed her to the ground, she could have walked away. She chose not to. Stop making excuses. See, this is how they feel. See? This person says, perfect response. At any moment, she could have stopped. Oh, yeah? Well, why didn't the white girl stop? Why was she there to even, you know? Why didn't she stop the very first day she had the first fight? Why didn't she stop? Why was she there? Why didn't she stop? Nobody's talking about that. As a matter of fact, I had the brother Shopper. He went into it, and he had some Twitter exchanges where supposedly this girl's mama drove her there to that shit. So why didn't her mama stop it, if that's the case? I'm not sure how it went, but you know. This person says, okay, let's be real. I'm going to be real first off. Do you know what you're capable of when you're afraid or scared? You're a lie if you say you do. Nobody does. Okay. Anyway, people bully or harass people all the time, but beating someone into a coma is not acceptable. See, this is how they think. Had this been reversed, and they already done gave you, you know, the hookup where Georgetown says that, you know, pretty much overall, you know, they're looked like as fucking grown ass women anyway. Has she been bullying this so-called white girl and this so-called white girl defended herself and done that? You think they'd be talking this shit? Nope. Because America and these damn Americans, these so-called white people are very hypocritical, man. This is the most hypocritical race of people on the planet. And they cannot accept the fact that, hey, look, we've been going through a whole lot of shit with y'all for 500 years. It's not like our people don't see what, especially this newer generation, they not stupid. They know what's going on. Here you go. You got this girl. She's just trying to go to school. She's straight A student. I don't know nobody speak 4 languages. I bet you this white girl don't. 4 languages? Korean? Out of come on, bro. You playing the violin, you on the honor roll. And you know what? A lot of so-called white people, they be jealous of those accomplishments. Because this girl probably dumb as hell. But anyway, I don't know. You know, but I just wanted to just touch on this and bring this out and point this out. That, you know, you got to move smoothly through Esau's kingdom. That's why the scripture talks about, because we're not out of the way, man. We're not in the clear. We're in this man's kingdom. We're in captivity. We have to be very careful around this man because the scripture says stay away from the man that has the power to kill. Because she can go to the juvenile center or something like that. And it's so-called white people there that's heard about this story. Security guards, they could be spiking her goddamn lunch, whatever, or breakfast, or the food in the cafeteria, and you know, really trying to bully her up in there. So it's not safe for her no more if she goes to one of these places. It's not safe for none of our people to end up incarcerated by this man. So, let me get this real quick. I mean, yeah, we're vexed, man, but we got to just hang on. We got to hang on until the Lord handles it, man. Matthew 10:16, it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." And that goes along for our own people too, because our own people act like damn wolves towards us, man. You know, but, you know, I'm just using this from an illustration of, you know, in this man's system and his kingdom, and we got to be very, very careful, man. Wise as a serpent, you got to use, you know, guile with Esau, man. He loves to be, you know, praised or whatever. If you get pulled over by one of these cops or something like that, you know, you just yes, sir, the hell out of them. Oh, yes, sir, officer. No, sir, officer. Oh, a license and registration? No, here, officer. You know, sorry about what, you know, what was the stop for? Whatever you want to ask, you know, but keep that shit cordial. And you know, the scripture says, agree with thy adversary quickly. Now, I'm not saying being out on you know, on the streets and letting somebody just whoop your ass. No, you have a right to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you do have to use wisdom when it comes to these people, man, because they got the upper hand. You're not going to get around it. They got the upper hand, man. These fuckers got us. Hey, whether you want to see it like that or not, until the Lord makes a difference, then we just chilling. That's all we can do, man. So I'm going to end out there, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala.